Hey everyone, this is going to be a quick modification update to my Towerhobbies Cutback. There's several reasons why I did this, and I'm just going to kind of cut to the chase instead of yapping on and try to get a running video in this video as well. On my right here is my Losi SCTE, and of course this is the Cutback. Wanted to show you guys one or two minor things with this. Hopefully everyone can see it. The designs of these trucks is somewhat similar. Of course, the Losi came out first, but if you see the way this truck was designed, it has the motor mounted to the left, and that's also where the Losi one gets mounted to. It gets actually mounted right here. The difference is the receiver box, of course, is up front. It's not as nose heavy as this, but I think this has a lot to do with the power, and the speed controller gets mounted in the back to the far right, where this one gets mounted to the far left on the Cutback. So there are some minor differences in the two. Of course, the chassis brace on the Losi is right here, and the Cutback actually has it right there. But everyone knows that this thing is made with aluminum shock towers, etc. But the resemblance is somewhat the same. This is the bottom of the Cutback, and excuse me, this is the bottom of the Losi. So, excuse me, I'm choking up a little bit. When they designed this, I think when they did this, they had kind of a racing model in mind when they did this. Now, the updates I did to this was I went ahead and I switched out the brushless system. This is the RC Gear 3900 4-pole KV motor. You can run 3S on this. Remember, I got this motor for like $30 at Towerhobbies. I think it was 31 shipped. And I put my Mamba Max Pro in there as well. And I wanted to show one other thing because I did want to see if these would fit. But these are the Traxxas 5000 milliamp lipos, the ones that will fit in the Slash 4x4. These are longer than the normal, I guess, standard average 2S lipo. And as you see, this lipo will not fit in here. It is about an inch. Yeah, about an inch or so, about probably this much longer, or this much space that would actually not let this lipo fit in here. So anyway, one other thing I did adjust was the gear ratio. This thing comes with an 11-tooth pinion gear and a 62-tooth spur gear on it. And I put a 13-tooth pinion gear on here, but it wouldn't fit because of the way this is being adjusted. So to get a better gear ratio on this truck, you will have to take out and switch the spur gear on the center diff. I went ahead and put the 54, and it does come with two, a 62 and a 54. I did put the 54 on here, which is going to allow for a lot greater gear ratio because I was not able to adjust this up. The screw here, and it's one actually underneath here on the chassis that lets you move the motor back and forth to put larger pinion gears in here. So I did change the spur gear out so that I can put a 13-tooth in here. So this has a 54-tooth spur gear, a 13-tooth pinion gear, and a different brushless system. This motor is a 3900 kV, where the one that came with this stock is a 36. Pretty sure that system is fine, but I kind of wanted to just go with my Castle stuff and actually see some of the difference in this thing running. So let me go ahead and get ready to gear this up and take it for a quick spin. It does have a 2S lipo on it, so we can see some of the difference in this thing running. Okay, everybody, this is going to be turn this light off, maybe get a better picture. Quick run of this Cutback. Like I said, I did change out the gear ratio as a 13-tooth pinion, 54-tooth spur gear or gear onto the center diff. And I did change the system out. You'd probably be fine with the stock system, but like I said, I just wanted to change that out. So let's see how this thing runs. That's a lot better. That's how it's supposed to run. my body rubbing. I have to adjust the shocks in the rear. It had such a low speed with the stock set up in it that I didn't have to worry about adjusting the shocks. So. Something just flew off. What was that? Okay, so with that, this flew out. Maybe I didn't tighten down enough when I put that center diff back in. Right now it's got front wheel drive, so I did put this together pretty quick. So I'll see if this was a mishap on my part where I didn't tighten it down enough or not. But that should have came out. But anyway, you see there is a huge improvement on this truck with this system in it and the gear ratios and the gear changes. So don't forget to like or dislike and subscribe if you have not, and put any questions or comments you may have down below and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks.